The myth of the hero cop. We're looking into that here on Shadow Check. I know I may shock you when you find out what we have to tell you, okay? Because you've been, manipulated and brainwashed by Hollywood, like everybody else. But the fact of the matter is that cops are not heroes. They're not in it for you and me. They're in it for themselves. Now, that's not to say that there aren't, a sparse number of individuals that might have heroic qualities within the 700,000 police in the United States. But that pretty much, covers everyone across the board, really, when you think about it, when you think about, human psychology and human impulse. All right. So that includes the barber and the baker, the candlestick maker. That includes the carpenter, the teacher, the waitress, and even the janitor. Okay? Yeah. So just because you put on a badge and a gun doesn't mean you're a hero. That's total bullshit. Like I said, these people are not in it for you and me. They're in it for themselves. In fact, CNBC did a report on the 10 most dangerous jobs in the United States, and policing doesn't crack the top 20. So I have a clip here I want to show you, and what it is basically blowing out that whole myth of resistance. It's total bullshit. They pull over an African-American gentleman and his girlfriend, okay? He's driving her car. They just had breakfast in a restaurant. And so they pull him over because they say that he's got a warrant for his arrest. They don't even know who he is. But, that's the excuse they use. And then they say that he was resisting arrest. Well, you can look at the video yourself and you can see whether he was resisting. But anyway, resisting arrest for the vast majority, okay, 9 out of 10 is total bullshit, all right? And so let's take a look at this clip.
Wendell.
Me!
Hey! Stop!
Down.
Stop! Just stop! He's not. Oh my God! Are you kidding me right now? This is my car. It's not even his car.
So that's terror. That's terrorizing the public. Okay, the guy was standing there, had his hands on his head, and the cop came up from behind him and kicked him in order to create an incident so that they could attack him and throw him on the ground. Then they grabbed the girlfriend and pull her out of the car. Okay? And we're off bombing people in Afghanistan because they have the Taliban? What the hell is this? So the FBI releases statistics on law enforcement fatalities. According to statistics reported to the FBI, 89 law enforcement officers were killed in the line of duty in 2019. Of these, 48 officers died as the result of felonious acts, and 41 officers died as the result of accidents. As you can see, the top 5 most dangerous jobs, and like I said, policing doesn't even crack the top 20, okay? But the top 5 are logging workers, okay? Fishers and related fishing workers, aircraft pilots and flight engineers, roofers, refuse and recyclable material collectors. Okay, those are the most dangerous jobs in America, not policing, like we've been told. 700,000 police officers in the United States, and per the 100,000, 12 died in 2019. Okay, 97 loggers died, 77 fishermen died, aircraft pilots, 58 died. Okay, roofers, 51. Okay, sanitation workers, 44 died. 12 police officers. And they act like, it's such a risky job. In actuality, it's not. And like I said, they're not in it for you. They're not in it for me. They're in it for themselves. It's one of the best paying jobs with a high school diploma that you could possibly have in the United States. Okay, the salaries, for example, in Philadelphia, here in Philadelphia, right? So when you're in the academy, you start at almost $49,000. As soon as you hit the streets, that shoots up to about 76, 77,000. The NYPD starts at 42,000, and when you hit the streets, shoots up pretty quickly to about 100 grand. Okay, LAPD, 67,500. Academy, once you hit the streets, almost 80 grand. High school diploma. Okay? So because you put on a badge and a gun does not make you a hero. All right? They're not in it for you and me. They're in it for themselves. These are very, very good paying jobs. Not only that, but they get supplemental pay. Okay? They get shift differential pay for time worked on nights and weekends. Okay? So they get paid more for that. All right, which of course the average worker in America does not. It does not have any of these benefits. All right. Okay, longevity pay for years served. Okay, so their pay increases the longer they're in the job. Okay, they also get overtime, comp time, and court time. So when they show up at the courtroom, they get paid to do that. Beyond their own, standard duty schedule, they get paid to show up at the courtroom. All right. So they're paid like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like they're paid. Okay. Of course, the average worker in the United States is not. Now, benefits. Let's take a look at those. Across the board, I mean, it does vary from agency to agency, but generally they're looking at about 27 days a year vacation time. And that's not including weekends. Okay. Unlimited, and I'll repeat that, unlimited sick leave with full pay. Not a lot of jobs with that. Not for average folks. Not for work in America. No, absolutely not. Okay, selection of medical benefit packages. So they have like a huge variety of different packages they can, choose from. Their families are covered. They're doing great, man. They get prescription, dental, they get vision. They get maxed out pension plans. Okay? Because remember, all right, in most jurisdictions, we're looking at 20 to 25 years. That's all you got to do. So you can join the force at 22 and at 42 retire, and you could be in pension for 50 years after that. Not a lot of jobs in the United States with those kind of benefits. All right? Also, they get take-home vehicles. They get the take-home vehicles with gas in it, all paid for by us, okay? They get free access to health and fitness facilities. So that means that they get to work out for free, but beyond that, they get paid while they're at the gym. They get paid to go to the gym. Full retirement is attainable, like I said, between 20 to 25 years, regardless of age. And they also get, this is something you don't know, they get PTSD compensation. And what that is that if they're involved in a violent incident, like a shooting or whatever it may be, they can claim to be, psychologically disturbed, maybe they're losing sleep over it or whatever it may be. And they go and they, meet with the police psychologist. All right. And she or he basically stamps them through. And then what that means, if you qualify for PTSD, is an additional $30,000 a year in your pension for the duration of the time you're in retirement. Not a lot of jobs like that. Okay. So of course we know that they have strong unions, but they have, like this massive national union where they all protect each other. Yet we're not allowed to have unions. I mean, if you notice that like workers that, work at, the big box stores or whatever it is, when they protest, or Amazon, or they're out there protesting, who shows up? The cops. The cops show up on the side of Capitol, and they'll beat your head in. They're all well taken care of. I mean, they're living large, man. They're all going to move off to Florida and Arizona, whatever it is. They're going to do very, very well. But how dare some lady with 3 kids and doesn't have much of anything, ask for a benefit package? Okay, so that's today's America. That's today's policing. And like I started out by saying, the myth of the hero cop is just that. It's a goddamn myth perpetrated by television and Hollywood. All right? So wake up, America.